Hey party people, this is Zach from visionswell.com, products and principles for a simple serene life, and I have a third EDC video for you today. I know, the EDC police are going to be waiting on my doorstep to take me out in handcuffs because I don't work on cars all day, so therefore I'm not allowed to use EDC according to them. So if I hear my doorbell ring and you see me run out of frame and I'm hiding in the attic for a few hours, you know what happened. The EDC police got me. Anyway, I have another new awesome EDC pouch from Maxpedition. This is the Maxpedition PICO Pocket Organizer, and it just dropped. And this is a nice small version. So just like the Platy Pocket Organizer that's in the front pocket size, it's smaller, it's very front pocketable, but it also combines some of the features of some of their other pouches that I've reviewed in the past. So I'm going to go over everything that's inside of my kit that I've been using and testing so far and how much I like this little thing. And then we can compare it in size and use cases to some of the other sizes of Maxpedition pouches that I've used over the years. So I have this in the nice green colorway. It's a really beautiful tiny pouch. It measures in at 5 by 3, and when it's fully loaded out, about 1.5 inches in depth. So it's a very small, easy to use size, and you could use it for any kind of small kits or use it as kind of an EDC wallet. There's a lot of different options here for small tools or small gear, or even to use it to like organize something like screws or nails or make a little mini sewing kit. There's tons of options. You have the nice little netting on the front like you get in a lot of their pouches where you could put flat items, although when it's loaded out, it's tough to use that pocket. You have the Maxpedition logo. You have a nice little nylon grab handle. You have a paracord zipper pull with nice YKK zippers that goes all the way around. And on the back, you have a hook and loop panel. And this would be really easy to attach it to bags that have kind of a hook and loop panel on the inside of the bag or of the sling bag. So you could kind of just stick it on the inside to organize it. Me, I've just used it to accessorize. So I have this little gingerbread man skeleton thing. That's a patch from Maxpedition that I've attached. And like I said, you have the nice little nylon grab handle. So then if we open this baby up, you can see you have 2 larger elastic loops on this side, 2 medium elastic loops and 1 small elastic loop, and then 2 slide pockets. And then you also have a little attachment point at the top here if you wanted to attach a carabiner or your keys or something. So what have I got in this kit? I have a nice little emergency whistle. So if you were lost in the woods or you were lost out hiking and you needed to call for help, it takes a lot more energy for you to keep yelling and a lot less energy to just blow into a whistle. So this would be a really great little emergency whistle to use. Then I just have a bunch of different sized sewing needles, and they come in this neat little plastic tube here. So if you need to repair any kind of cloth gear or clothing, you have a bunch of different size needles to use. Then I just have some small zip ties if I needed to attach something, make a makeshift key ring, all the other uses for zip ties. I have a little bit of duct tape and some electrical tape wrapped around it. So in case I needed to repair something small, I have a little bit of tape to use. Behind this, from Countycom, I just have this really nice spool of Dyneema thread. This is a really high tensile strength for its size kind of thread. Like I said, it's from Countycom. You can kind of bend back this silicone and get to the cordage inside, unravel it, and use it with any of these needles to repair gear or anything like that. So useful to have. You could even use this to tie up something like a shelter. Fits nicely in this little slide pocket back here. Then I just have my smallest Olight flashlight. It takes a single AAA battery. Really easy to use. If you just tighten the screw here, you can turn it on. Has plenty of brightness for like a small EDC flashlight. And it also has a little keychain loop on the back. Then you can just unscrew it, and you know it won't accidentally activate without screwing it closed. So it's just a nice little one that's not going to use up its battery. AAA batteries are easy to come by, so it's a nice little emergency flashlight. Then I just have a small multi-tool from Nextool. This one is their scissors version, so I just have a nice pair of scissors to use. Always need to have scissors on me. Then you have a little flathead screwdriver and a bottle opener. You have a little 2-dimensional Phillips head screwdriver. You have a really small pair of pliers. This would be useful for pulling out like staples, but other than that, it wouldn't have like super heavy duty use cases, but it's decent to have something just to give you a little bit more leverage if you need to grab something small or pull out a splinter. Then on the other side, you just have a scraping tool or a pry tool, and it also could be used as a large flathead screwdriver. And then just a decent little knife blade, because you always need to carry a cutting tool with you. So overall, this is just a decent little multi-tool. It's very inexpensive, and it fits well into a tiny kit. Then if I need to repair small electronics or knives or something, I have this really tiny precision screwdriver here. All of its bits are carried in the side, and it kind of slides closed, and they're magnetically locked in there. And then it also comes with this little pencil tip. So you also have a writing tool that magnets in nicely. Super high quality metal material. I think it's titanium, I want to say, but it's a really nice little tool to throw in your kit. Then I just have a Wet Ones antibacterial wipe if I get something dirty on my hand or I need to clean something up. And then in addition to that, I just have a little compressible towel. You pour water on this, it gets really big. You can use it to wipe your face, wipe your hands, or grab anything you don't want to grab. So it's nice to have a couple little ways to clean your hands off if you're working on materials like cars or something that are dusty, dirty, oily, things like that. So yeah, this is a super minimal kit, but I found it to be extremely useful for myself. And you could load this out however you want. Like I said, this could easily work as like an EDC wallet or something. It's a nice compact size, really fits well in my front pocket. And this would work for all kinds of small kits. A small fire starting kit, a small sewing kit, a small first aid kit. Anything you want that's small to carry around with you, or to just use it as an EDC wallet, you have that option. So let's compare it in size to some of the other Maxpedition pouches I have. So if I move this to the side here, we can start with these Platy pocket organizers. So this is how it compares in size to the Platy pocket organizer in the 5x7 size. That's my travel art kit. Compared to the Pico, this is obviously way smaller. And then if you compare it to the 4x6, it's also a lot smaller. It's shorter and also a tad bit skinnier. So that gives you an idea of the type of loadouts you could put inside. Then if you compare it to their biggest pouch, this is the Beefy Pocket Organizer, and I have another one of those Maxpedition patches on there. This is their Grim Reaper one. But this I've used as either a really fully loaded out toolkit or a place to just like store tools when they're not in use at my house. And this you can fit all kinds of stuff because there's a million different elastic loops and pockets, and you have vertically oriented on this side and horizontally on this. You have slide pockets, a big zipper pocket in the back. So this is when you need a ton of different tools all at once. These are some of the tools that I have inside of it. And this has served me really well as far as being my largest EDC organizer. And I just want to show you how that looks. It almost looks like its child here. So it's about a fourth of the size of the Beefy. Actually less than a fourth because it's a lot less thick. But just if you need a ton of tools, I would go with the Beefy, but the Pico is great for small kits. Then we can compare it to the Mini Pocket Organizer, which is a nice little comparison here because they're very similar. Another patch here from Maxpedition that I really like. But basically this is the smaller version of the Mini Pocket Organizer. So you can see it's a lot smaller than the Mini Pocket Organizer. And for this Mini Pocket Organizer, I just use this instead of like a little tray on my desk to hold all my pens and pencils and stuff. And it's just a really nice way to compactly hold a ton of different pens, pencils, markers, stuff like that. So that's what I use on my filming desk here. And that's how I organize all of my different writing utensils. So I have a lot of nice pens that I'm a little bit of a stationery freak, and I like having a lot of nice pens to write with. I write a lot. So it's a useful thing for me to have a bunch of different pens to choose from. And this Mini Pocket Organizer works great for that. And then I just zip it up and keep that on my desk. But you can see the size difference there. Then the last one I can compare it to is the double-decker EDC Pocket Organizer from Maxpedition. See how much smaller it is than that. And this one also has another little Maxpedition patch on it. That's the Samurai. And if you open this up, it's almost like you have the Mini Pocket Organizer in a slightly bigger size here, as you can see. But it has similar organization, a lot of different elastic loops of varying sizes for different size tools and pens and things. You have two different slide pockets. You have a little key leash. You have another little attachment point. And then the thing about the double-decker is, as the name implies, you also have this back section So you have 2 different zipper compartments, and this one's just large for larger items or larger flat items if you have something big you need to carry with you. And it also has this nice little mesh slide pocket in the back. It's got some moly webbing, a really robust grab handle, still the same YKK zippers with the paracord zipper pulls and the nice nylon material that you get in every Maxpedition pouch. So this is how they compare in size. So there you go. You have multiple different examples of Maxpedition pouches and how they could fit your individual use case, depending on whether you're carrying it in your front pocket, your cargo pocket, your back pocket, a backpack, a sling, your car. Your EDC can fit your lifestyle with Maxpedition's variety of different pouches and sizes, and you can also stylize them with the little hook and loop patterns to whatever you want to personalize it to. Or you could just pick up a variety of sizes and see how you use them. I think the Pico is a great little mini size here. I think I'm going to use this as my mini kit. This is going to go on my keep pile along with a lot of my Maxpedition gear, because for me, pouches, when you squish them down when they're empty, don't take up a lot of space. So I think for a minimal lifestyle, they fit into a very small footprint, and I find usefulness with them all the time. Whether I'm packing for travel, whether I need a little toolkit to bring with me, or whether I need an EDC wallet, I have a ton of different options of sizes, colors, and dimensions that I can load out with whatever gear I need that day. So I highly suggest you pick this up. If you have any other tiny EDC pocket organizers that you want me to check out that I haven't yet reviewed, please leave a comment below and I'll be sure to contact the company and try to purchase one for myself. If you want to check out any of the gear that I've decided not to keep, please click the eBay link in my description below and you can make me an offer and get it at a deep discount. Check out my merch store if you want to see any of the merch I've designed. And thank you as always for watching. With all that being said, I will definitely see you in the next video. Take care.